everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Now today we are going to be doing some pouring, but we're not going to be doing silver as normal. We are going to be pouring this stuff. Beautiful yellow shiny gold. This is 24 carat 39 plus gold casting grain, sourced from the European Mint. I'm not sponsoring this video, but it's a very good place to buy gold casting grain if you are so inclined. Very, very nice indeed. And a huge thank you needs to be said to the community member who has taken the leap of faith to put their money into this gold piece. We don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm quite nervous about today, about pouring this gold bar. There's 80 grams worth of gold here, which is obviously quite a significant financial investment. Gold's gold at the end of the day, so if it comes out and it's a pretty ugly blob, then we'll endeavour to try again, or that customer has agreed that it would just end up being an ugly blob of gold. It's not the very first time I've ever poured gold. I did attempt a tiny little blob of gold, basically with some 18 carat, well, an old ring it was, and that came out all right. It was just a nice little blob of gold, basically. But this, hopefully, let's just put those other bits back in before we lose them. But hopefully today we're going to get a really nice looking gold bar with some ripples. Of course, with it being 39 plus gold, 24 karat gold, it should hopefully cool nicely like silver and have some ripples in it. But as I said, I'm quite nervous. I don't really know how it's going to turn out. So I guess there's only one real way of knowing, and that is getting it all melted and having a go. So here we have the gold casting grain. Here is the graphite crucible that it's going to go in. The furnace is heating up as we speak, so I'll catch you up over on my pouring bench and we can pour some gold for the very first time and see how that goes. So here we are at my humble silver pouring bench. Please excuse the mess, it's been a busy week pouring lots of silver. Now we are just waiting for the gold to liquefy and melt. Gold has, pure gold anyway, has a much higher melting point than silver at 1064 degrees as opposed to 960 odd. So it is taking a little longer than usual for gold to melt completely. But these furnaces are graded up to gold. They go up to about 1120 degrees, so this shouldn't be a problem to melt it. It just takes a little longer. Let's have a quick peek now at it just before. I think it's about to liquefy, so it's not far away. Probably added a few minutes to the waiting time by opening the lid there. But we're not far away from the gold being ready, so what we need to do is set up the camera and get this mould nice and hot. We're going to attempt this in this kind of, it's a bit of a sort of shallow mould, I think it's going to end up being. I've poured into this mould, well, sorry, I've never poured into this particular mould. This is a brand new mould. This is the same size as the Bullion 2-ounce silver bars. So in theory, it should be about half the size of those, half the thickness. But it's the first time pouring into it, so christening the mould with some gold, how good is that? And we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. So I'm going to I was going to melt the graphite crucible there. No, I'm going to heat this up, that's the word, heat this up, wait for the gold to be liquid and nice and hot, and then we'll be back pouring some gold. Right then, there is no time like the present. I have to say, my heart's racing a little bit here. I am nervous. There's a lot of money going to be poured into this mould, and I hope it comes out nicely for the customer. We'll only have to wait and see. So, wish me luck, guys. Here we go. So that has filled the mould, although I did notice that there was some gold still left in the crucible. So it's a thin gold bar. And it was fast. It was very fast indeed. That came out of the crucible like a flash. So let's quench that down. Oh, it feels heavy. And there's the results. It's got like 3 cooling pools in it, which is quite impressive. Now the question is, do we chop it up and try again? Because there was some gold left over in the crucible, and it would be a shame to kind of just have you know, a bar and then a lump of not so nice gold. So I think, oh, I don't know. It's very, very difficult to tell what to do. Right, so I did decide in the end to cut that bar up and put it back in the furnace and melt. It's one of the beauties of working with metals. You can just chop something up and try again, because we want to try and make this as nice as possible. And that last bar was very cool, but there was about 10 grams worth of gold that was stuck in the crucible. So I've left this now for a good long time, and hopefully it's up to temperature. I think one of the problems with this little furnace that we've got is there's no digital readout of the temperature. It's one of the smallest furnaces out there. The bigger furnaces have a digital readout, and it would be really good to see that at like 1120 to get that exact temperature. So I don't know exactly what the temperature is in there, but I think it should be hotter than it was before, so we're just going to try again and find out what happens. And of course, if it goes wrong again, we can chop it up and try a third time. So let's give it another go. Right, so this time all the gold's come out, but it's splashed up the side of the mould, so it's going to be a very interesting shaped piece if it even comes out the mould. It will come out, just needs a bit of coaxing. Let's try and get it out. Just bend this little bit here. Perhaps that's the bit that's stopping it. There we go, you see, now it's going to come out. So again, I think we're going to give it another go. Right, third time is the charm, they say. I've swapped out the mould for this traditional 1 ounce bar, although hopefully we're going to get 2 ounces of gold in here. I think this will be better. This mould was just too wide and the gold was too shallow, so it was cooling incredibly quickly, not able to get the kind of backyard bullion ripples. So hopefully this will work better. Third time lucky. Let's see how we get on. That, I believe, is going to be a winner. Now we've got a little bit of gold left in that crucible, so I'm going to put that back in and we're going to pour out a little globule so that the customer has a nicer piece of gold as scrap. Oh yes, this is looking like we're on the money. I was about to say it's looking golden. Of course it's looking golden. It's gold. Oh, it looks nice and it's heavy. Are you guys ready? Because this is the pièce de la résistance. Look at that. Oh my, I'm in love. Oh, I'm in love with the weight. Oh, the customer's not having it. I might just keep this. I might have to pour myself one at some point in the future. Holy moly. Let's give it away. So it needs to be 2 ounces. If it's not 2 ounces, I'm going to cry. Come on, you know it wants to be 2 ounces. Ounces Troy, yeah, that's on OZT. Here we go, moment of truth. 2.24, it's over 2 ounces, that's absolutely fine. 2 ounces was the minimum. We weren't too worried about it being over. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh gosh, I was really nervous today about getting this done and getting it right, and to have something that looks like that, I'm dead chuffed. I am indeed dead chuffed. There's even some like nice striations right in the middle there. Oh, this is the bar that keeps on giving. This is amazing. So here we have the final results. The bar is looking fantastic. We've managed to put the leaf stamp in the middle of the ripples like I would normally do with my silver pieces, and I'm really chuffed with the way this has turned out. As I said when I poured it, I was so relieved and happy to have got a piece which looks you know, pretty incredible, if I'm being honest. I did not have a sense of, you know, anticipation that we would get to this stage. I really did think it would be a bit difficult, but we are here, and I've learned an awful lot from the process. I haven't finished stamping up this bar. I will share some photos and perhaps even a video. I'll probably feature this in a number of different videos when it's finished before it goes off to the customer. But we haven't stamped the weight on it because it's going to go up to the Edinburgh Assay Office for hallmarking, and I'll talk a little bit more about hallmarking in a minute, and also what we're going to do with this little flake, because that's going to be involved in the hallmarking process as well. So that's very, very cool. The only other piece of gold that we've got left over is this little nugget, which was what was left in the crucible when it was finished, when all said and done. I poured it out into a little mould, but it didn't really take the shape properly, so I took the blowtorch to it and smoothed it out. It kind of got it half liquid. Blowtorch wasn't quite hot enough to get it fully liquid, but it managed to get it into this cool shape, which is almost like a human heart, anatomical version of a human heart, which is very, very cool. By the time this video goes live, this little nugget probably has been sold. It's about 9.3 grams. Hopefully it's going to be sold anyway. We're going to put it up on the Silver Forum just to recoup some of the cash that was put into making this bar. Now, as I said, we're going to send this up to the Edinburgh Assay Office for assay testing and hallmarking. For those of you who've been following my channel for a while, you know about the assay testing process. The Edinburgh Assay Office will make sure that this is indeed 24 karat gold, 39 plus gold. They will probably drill a hole in the side of it. It is going to be the only piece that's sent up in that particular submission, because you can only put certain metals in the same submission. And obviously we don't have any other gold pieces to have hallmarked. So it's very likely this is going to be drilled into, which is not a problem. We're talking with the Edinburgh Assay Office about how they're going to do that. Obviously, they're not going to drill a hole straight down into the ripples. Hopefully they'll put it in the side or the bottom, and then they'll look to plug that hole with this little flake of gold that's here. So hopefully we shall have, in a couple of weeks, a returned piece of gold, or returned gold bar anyway, that looks hopefully just the same, because the Edinburgh Assay Office are very good at doing their repairs, with a big feature hallmark, a 2mm hallmark on the bottom, which will guarantee the purity, and that's the most important thing. Beyond any kind of legal requirements to hallmark in the UK, again, it's questionable whether or not a bullion bar just like this is needed to be hallmarked. Personally, I think the line is very grey about whether it is or isn't, and I don't want to take any risks, so having it hallmarked is really important. But having that hallmark allows the buyer of this bar or potential sellers of this bar to know without a shadow of a doubt that it has been tested and that it is pure gold. It is 999 plus gold, or 24 karat gold. That's really, really important, and that's what we are going to achieve with the hallmarking process. So that's going to probably take a couple of weeks. I will share I'll probably share this on numerous videos before it gets shipped off to its owner. But we will share the final results when it's all stamped up and ready and finished. But I'm absolutely overjoyed with it. Learned an awful lot today about the gold pouring process, about the physics of pouring gold. The melting points of gold is really important. The speed at which it comes out of the graphite crucibles is very different to silver. Because of the density of the gold, it accelerates a lot faster, which is really, really interesting. Yeah, really happy with the day's results, but it was very frustrating, and I was very relieved when we finally got something that looked this good. So personal thanks from me to the customer who has commissioned this, for putting your faith in me. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching this video, watching your gold bar come to life. This will be serialized actually as the first gold bar in the 2019 video series for gold. We're doing it in silver, why not with gold? And I've got the gold bug, I have to say. I'm probably going to be pouring some more gold in the near future. Well, I say near future, certainly in 2019, but we'll have to wait and see. So if you want to see more gold pouring, let me know. Do comment down below with your thoughts on today's process. If you are an expert gold pourer, do give me any hints and tips that you have. Be very helpful. And if you want to see those future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, hit the alarm bell and you'll get a notification when those videos go live. Otherwise, big thumbs up on this video. Share it around on your social media. That would be very helpful for everything that we do here on our channel. That is all I have to say. A massive thank you to everybody for watching, and as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.